Hey guys, welcome back. So it's Sunday, so that means video day. Well, I've got nothing pre-recorded today. We haven't really done much last week. We were just sorting bits out on the, well, there wasn't really anything to sort out on the little Proton. We've been bidding on a few vehicles. We've got a vehicle coming in, which I'll do a video about hopefully Wednesday, if it arrives on Wednesday, which it should be doing, but we'll see. We'll do a video on that. It's that's another seized vehicle, but it's a van. It's a Volkswagen van, so that'll be a good video to watch. As I say, that'll be either Wednesday or it'll be on next Sunday, probably Wednesday hopefully. So just thought I'd have a quick chat today, talk about a few subjects. So if you want to get yourself a brew, settle down. So I want to talk about car prices. I've read a lot in the media and various publications that car prices are dropping down and they're going to start, really dropping soon and back to where they were. Because obviously we all know after COVID, car prices went up. Well, the sort of cheaper car prices went up. More expensive cars, they did go up as well. I mean, we were looking at an R8 during COVID, and early on you could pick one up, a nice one, a V8 Plus, and on about a 17 you could pick them up for about 70 grand. Now I think they're into their 80s, so expensive cars have gone up as well, but it's mainly your little cars. What happened was people were selling the newer expensive cars, and then they were deciding to buy older cheaper cars. So it's obviously supply and demand, and we had a lot more people wanting cheaper cars, so that's sort of a bit of an imbalance in the, and also as well added to that, manufacturers were waiting for parts, so the slowdown of cars sort of nearly altered, so it sort of caused a backlog. Obviously that's much better now, but car prices generally haven't gone down now. But if you believe the press, they'll tell you they have, but my experience is they haven't gone down, and in some instances I think some days they've gone up even more. I mean, sometimes you look at the prices of second-hand vehicles and it's absolutely mind-blowing. These are from auctions. Most of our vehicles obviously come from auctions or Part X's, that kind of stuff. So when you buy from auction, you're always taking a gamble anyway, because they've got the reports, but until it turns up you never know. And when you're selling them as a dealer, you can't be selling crap to people. There's got to be a certain standard people expect if they're getting it from a dealer. And also, we put warranty on our vehicles. I mean, by law you're entitled to 30 days, so within them 30 days anything could happen, an engine could blow up, so it's no good to us selling crap either. So we have to keep on top of what we're buying. But you look at some of the prices and you think, well, if anything went wrong on that car, or if it's not quite as described, you're not making any money. In fact, you're losing money. It just absolutely baffles me how some of these dealers are actually operating. Our business model's a little bit different, but yeah. So as for our car prices, I won't hold you. If you are looking to buy a new car, I wouldn't hold your breath and I'm coming down. I really wouldn't, especially now coming into summer. The best time to buy is around Christmas time, because cars are hard to sell at Christmas. But that's just my 2 pence on car prices. But also we're just looking at what's best to sell, which is the title of this video. What's best to sell, cars or vans? And I think that's a really good question. So if any of you guys are getting into the motor trade, you're probably thinking to yourself, what do we sell? Do we specialise in vans? Do we specialise in cars? or do you do what we do and just buy anything if you can think you can make money on it, which is the best way to go? And I'd say the best things to sell are vans, to be honest. Why do I say that? Well, somebody buying a van, they're generally buying it for a work vehicle. So if it's got the odd dint or blemish, or you know, something slightly broken on the interior, whatever, people are more likely to put up with it as a work van. You know, if that's your car, people tend to be a bit more proud about the car, so they don't want it as much. Some people aren't bothered. Right, me personally, it don't bother me, but some people, I'd say most people want the cars to look nice, so they're less likely to accept odd dint and mark and stuff like that, and stuff not working right. Whereas on a van, they think, well, it's a work vehicle, we're not really bothered. Companies buy them for their staff, so they're not bothered if it's got a dint on it, because the staff member using it ain't going to be bothered about it. It'll probably get marked. So in that respect, vans are easiest to sell, particularly vans around the £3,000 to £5,000 mark. Sweet spot is around £4,000. You can get vans to market at that sort of money. You know, you'll always specifically smaller vans, but even stuff like Sprinters, although they are a bit harder to sell, but you'll always sell a Sprinter. But smaller vans are easier to sell, like a Berlingo or a Volkswagen Caddy, them kind of vans. Caddies are particularly good to sell. I don't know why, but they are. All Volkswagen, the Volkswagen badge, people seem to think it's a premium badge and it'll be easy to sell, but I personally prefer a Citroen Berlingo over a Caddy. Although I do know that the Caddies do look nice and they're probably, you know, the better build. But generally, vans, if I were going to have to specialise in one thing or the other, I would specialise in vans. Well, as I say, if you're getting into the motor trade, don't be too hung up on, I only want to buy vans, I only want to buy cars. Just, well, whatever you think you can make a profit on, buy it. Buy it. You can make £1,000 or 1,500 quid on something, don't matter. If you're going to buy cars, you want to be looking at small cars, like this little Fiesta here, something like that. I mean, be careful with Fiesta, because they are good buys and good sellers, but you can have them with a lot of rust issues on the sills. We've had them with rust issues on the sills, and then it can be getting quite expensive. And not only that, it's no good buying cars like that, because it ain't just the cost, it's the amount of time it's sat off the road. You really want to get a vehicle in. If with our business model, we sell them, we try and be the cheapest on the market or around about, definitely the cheapest dealer. We go for that market, and we turn cars over. We don't really have a car any longer than a couple of weeks and it's gone. If it don't sell within a couple of weeks, we reduce the price until it's gone. We never lose money on a vehicle. Very rarely do we lose money on a vehicle. Sometimes we break even, but it's sort of the volume that does it. Since Christmas, we've got other things ongoing in the background, so I haven't been doing that much trading, but we will be doing. You know, in next sort of 3 weeks, you'll really see it pick up. There'll be a lot more vehicles coming through the channel, and you'll see what I mean about. We want the vehicles that can be in and out sort of within a few days up on the market. And end of the day, guys, that's your money sat in those vehicles. So, you know, if they're sat in a garage for 2 or 3 weeks, it's no good. Plus, they're always devaluing. Well, we say they're always devaluing. That's not always necessarily true, but generally they're devaluing older they get, aren't they? So just buy stuff that it don't need too much work. Some stuff that you can do yourself, really. That's your market. So I hope that answered any queries on that, vans or cars. Now another one, a couple of more subjects now, major now. We want to talk about the van that we've got coming in, which we're gonna hopefully do a video on Wednesday. So if you subscribe and get notifications on, that'll flag up, and I'll have a look round it. You'll look with me at the same time, so whatever you're seeing, I'm seeing for the first time as well. So that'll be interesting, because it's another seizure vehicle. So that's coming in. We'll have a look at that, and we'll have a look at numbers on that. And the last thing to mention is about the Proton. I am going to do a video on that with the screen and the final costings or whatever, but what we've decided to do with that vehicle, because it's not sort of the type of, they're not a common car and they're very difficult to sell generally. To get any sort of premium for it's very difficult because they were always a cheap car. So what we've decided to do with that, we're just selling it at cost and we're getting it off our books. Not because it's a bad vehicle, it is, as I say, it's a cracking little car. I mean, it runs on clear mechanics. It is a cracking little car. They have the little gremlins, but they won't leave you stranded on the hard shoulder. And for the money, I think the belting cars, I'd run one myself, no issues. But yeah, so we've decided to do that as a quick flip. We're not making out on it, we're literally selling it for what it costs, but it just clears up a bit of road. And guys, like I say, there's no harm in not making money on some vehicles. You know, if you can make a couple of grand on one vehicle and the next one you don't make any profit, it ain't too bad. It's still £1,000 a vehicle profit. So, you know, you've got to take the rough with the smooth in this game. And if you first get in and you buy a vehicle and you don't make a penny on it, you can you might even get first 2 vehicles and not make a penny. But you will learn, and you will learn what sort of stuff to buy, and you will learn what sort of stuff to sell. Your best bet is looking online, watching YouTube, other dealers, YouTubers. You look at what vehicles they're buying. They're buying little Hyundais, little Fiestas, even look like this Skoda here, little Skodas. You know, all like that. Just nice little Kias, particularly little Kias are really good. And the beauty about Kias is they've got 7-year warranty. So if you buy like a 5-year-old Kia, you don't have to worry about putting a warranty on it because you've still got 2 years of the manufacturer's warranty, unless that's changed. But I think it's still 7 years warranty on them. You know, so they are real good cars. That's why dealers like Kias, you see, because they know they've got no comebacks with them. So it's a clever car to sell, really. But even the older ones, all it is with Kias, with the older ones, just be careful because they do have some gremlins with the engines. So, you know, just be careful is all I'll say with that. Because they're not as brilliant and reliable as what you may think. As I say, they do have issues. They can have issues with the engines, quite a number of them. I've seen a lot of Kias with engine issues, and not particularly old ones either. Obviously, ones that are under 7-year-old would have got fixed under warranty, but it's generally the older ones. But still, having engine issues on an 8 or 9-year-old car is not really acceptable. But just keep your eye out. But yeah, you're into the motor trade. Keep your eyes peeled. Just watch what other dealers are doing. But you will find that the majority are buying little cars like that little Kia that just passed us, even little Corsas. And it's all about how cheap you can buy them. Because the cheaper you can buy them, the easier it's going to be to sell. And also, when you're looking at your prices, what to put it on for, check eBay, check Auto Trader. To sell them, I mean, Auto Trader is the best to sell things. eBay, you're competing a lot with, you know, just private sellers. There's private sellers on Auto Trader, but generally it's more trade. But, you know, you can also get, just one last thing, you can also, Auto Trader do a valuation tool, but I think it's only up to vehicles up to a certain age, maybe 10 years old, I think, something like that. But that is a useful tool because Auto Trader know what obviously cars are sold for. So it's a very good tool, and I think it's available free. If you have a look, if you have a Google, it'll come up. But it's a good tool, is that? Or you can even try stuff like We Buy Any Car. But the trouble with We Buy Any Car, they're making you an offer of what they want to pay, so you're not getting a true valuation because they just knock it down anyway. But anyway, if you like and subscribe, guys. Bit of a boring video today, I know, but check out Wednesday's video. It should be really good. And I'll catch you on next one. Have a good weekend, guys.